By definition, mastery is the action or process of mastering a subject or an accomplishment. But I want to focus on the practice aspect of mastery. When we decide to master anything, whether it be a skill or mastery over ourselves in overcoming a bad habit, or something we just overall want to improve about ourselves, it is about putting on a new mindset that is concerned with doing whatever is necessary to reach and maintain a new level of being. In this video, I want to share with you why I believe that we should approach mastery as a practice, not simply as an end result, but as a lifelong practice. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. This is Sound Mind Adventures. I am Jess. This is where I share my adventures with you, my thoughts, my ideas, in hopes of inspiring people to get out and create their own experiences with the intention of improving and maintaining emotional and mental well-being. If you find any value in this sort of content, please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Hit the thumbs up and the little bell notification. This will tell YouTube to share this kind of content with more people who will find it valuable and useful. If you watched my last video, then you know that I have decided to focus on improving my motorcycle skills so that I can have a safer and more enjoyable experience when I'm out there on my adventures. And in this video, I want to talk about the practice of mastery, not only as it relates to motorcycle skills development, but how it pertains to pretty much everything in life. When we decide that we want to implement this practice of mastery into our lives, we have to be willing to set aside our egos and accept that imperfect is okay. The idea of perfection is ego-based, and basically it's rooted in fear. Fear of criticism, fear of ridicule, fear of judgment. I think you know where I'm going with that. We should be more concerned with forward progress, even if it means failing. John Maxwell wrote a book called Failing Forward that pretty much sums up this idea. Mastery is about being growth-minded, and it looks at failure as simply feedback, not as the end of the world. If failure is simply a signal to us that we need to change our course and do something differently in order to achieve our goals. Mastery is not passive, it's a path and it's a journey, and it's an attitude of choosing to do and act and think and feel in a manner that we really want to and that's in our best interest. It is not acting according to our default programming, which a lot of times is very passive and involves a lot of negative self-talk and can lead to actions and reactions that we will regret later on down the road. Robert Greene wrote a book called Mastery, and in his book he said this: "A natural response when people feel overwhelmed is to retreat into various forms of passivity. If we don't try too much in life, if we limit our circle of action, we can give ourselves the illusion of control. The less we attempt, the less chances of failure. If we can make it look like we are not responsible for our fate, for what happens to us in life, then our apparent powerlessness is more palatable." I have to agree with that quote, and basically what I got out of it is that we all make excuses for not accomplishing what we want to in life, and then we tell ourselves lies to make us feel more comfortable with those excuses. It's something that we all do, just human nature. A mastery practice is active, and so when I decide to take on the practice of mastery, it takes a very active role in deciding what I will do. Passivity is sitting on the sidelines of life and accepting everything that happens as a basis for all my excuses and my actions and my inactions. Mastery practice is taking personal responsibility and choosing right actions more consistently, and then we can reap the rewards not only later on down the road, but in the moment, in the midst of the practice itself. If we have any desire to grow in our lives, then mastery is something that we should try to embody daily, moment by moment. And it requires a level of self-awareness that, simply put, a lot of people are not willing to engage. It is questioning what's happening in our minds and our bodies and in our external circumstances and evaluating how we are reacting on an internal level. Making powerful and consistent right choices will make a significant difference in our circumstances, but we need to believe in our strength and in our ability to do the right thing for ourselves. Be willing to try things and have a mindset of growth rather than a closed mindset. Don't put limits on what you can achieve. A growth mindset is the foundation of everything, period. A lot of us live according to these storylines that are in our heads. You know, we believe this false narrative, which is based in the past, which is based in an imaginary future that's filled with all these scary scenarios that honestly likely are not going to happen. This causes incredible amounts of anxiety, and it prevents us from experiencing any growth. Mastery requires us to actively reprogram our minds for growth. Mastery will never be easy, but it can become a more natural way for us to be if we are willing to work on it. By tuning into our true selves, apart from ego, we can find that strength within us. Though we are imperfect, we are strong and powerful beings, and we need to embrace and stand in that power. I think it's then that we are going to find that we are capable of doing and being much more than we ever imagined possible for ourselves. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, please hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. As I stated in my last video, I am open to kind and constructive ideas about things that I should practice or do differently as I seek to improve my motorcycle skills both on and off the road. So if you have anything for me, please put it in the comments section below, and I will say I appreciate the feedback that I have received thus far. Everything has been very kind and very useful. With that, the weekend is upon us. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and I will see you in the next video.